Good evening, good morning, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Hello, welcome to another Woody Radio. I want to say radio, Woody Radio. I am here with our illustrious friend and leader, DJ Gidget, who I think is in the bottom square, maybe? Yeah?
I'm somewhere.
And our very special guest today, all the way from where we're from, Canada, our very own Vic Wayne of the band Star Collector. Welcome, Vic.
Hey.
Hi, Vic.
Happy to see you both. Happy to actually meet Gidget. We just met today.
Yes, no, I've seen your name pop up all over, and I kept going, I've got to add him on Facebook, but I'm really lazy. And
I beat you to it.
I've been loving the music.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Thank you. Very nice.
And I'm not the biggest fan of the whole pop thing. So it's like, for me to like it, it's like, wow, this is really good. You're definitely, you've got that Vancouver thing going on. I really think the bands up there have a definite pop to them, and there's a definite hook to Vancouver music, and I really like that.
On behalf of my city, we thank you.
And by the way, so that's what Canada looks like, huh? We're looking at Canada right now.
Behind me?
Yeah, that's Canada right there.
Yeah, that's the Canadian star, which is on our flag. And a guitar case, which every Canadian has,
of course,
and a picture of Star Collector, which of course would be in pretty much every teenage girl's bedroom.
Should be, right. Yes, indeed. So that's Canada. We're actually looking into another country right now, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and Canadian law means you have to have a stack of Canadian records.
Oh, okay. So this doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay. That's the Canadian version of Bowie.
That's David Bowie, eh?
Okay, well, geez, what do I have sitting here on my desk? I got Richie Mayer.
Is he Canadian?
No.
Nope. But Canadians love him.
You know what? That's really funny because I have Richie Mayer on my desk too.
That's funny.
There you go. What a nice guy he is. Oh man.
He really is.
He's like the DJ Mike of Beatlesy, Carsy kind of music.
Super nice guy, yeah. Got to get him on my show.
Really sweet.
Oh man, super nice.
I honestly, to be honest, I do not have any Canadian music on my desk right now.
Oh, okay, well, fair.
I'm apologizing for that to my Canadian brother.
Accepted. Because we're so polite. We're we accept all apologies and we make apologies and.
We'll make sure we play you some chili whack music while we're doing this and everything. And
yeah, no, it's great. I'm thrilled that you guys had me on. I mean, Mike and I actually did a piece together, I don't know, a couple months back.
It was a couple months ago on the Saturday show. Yeah.
I was listening at work.
That was great fun. And we found out that we have compatible secret talents.
We do.
Does it involve farting?
Nope.
No. Okay, it could, but it doesn't.
No,
because might be some humidity depending on when you go out, but my secret talent is parallel parking.
Can you parallel park?
Vic has a better secret talent. Vic has parking karma. He can find the spot that we're going to parallel park in.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Right?
In Vancouver?
Yeah, I know, right? To quote the kids, I know, right?
You could drive up and down Robson for 4 hours before someone. I don't care how polite they are. They are not moving out of the spots for you.
No, I know it's the weirdest thing, and it's not just like recently, and it's been my whole life. It's just this sort of running joke with me and my friends and my family is just, there's a spot right there, right out front, and it's like, I don't know.
Did you get tickets?
Like I said to Mike probably before, if I had that kind of luck in the rest of my life,
yeah.
It's
perfect.
I could even pay for parking and go into a lot and not get a spot.
Right.
Well, you need to drive with me and park with Mike.
Yes.
and Vancouver has a lot of parking garages downtown, and
that they do. Have you been to Vancouver?
I have. I lived in Seattle for 15 years.
Okay, nice.
So
when were you in Seattle? What years?
I left in 2008, so I got there in 94.
Okay.
So 14 years. About 14 and a half years.
Yeah. I
So
love
Gidge,
Seattle.
did you need a passport at some point after 9/11 to get across the
Only
border?
after 9/11.
Yeah.
But before 9/11, we would just go, hey, you want to go to Canada for the day? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go up to Harrison Hot Springs. It's beautiful up there. Look for
Gorgeous.
Bigfoot
Yeah.
in the Stanley Park.
Yeah. Just was there just the other day.
I can honestly say Vancouver is one of the prettiest places on the planet. And it's polite. And some of the best bakeries ever.
Yeah, and lots of really, I think I also was probably saying this to Mike too, is that a lot of great restaurants because it's a really multicultural city, right? So, you know, you'll find like if you like sushi, there's fabulous sushi restaurants. If you like, you know, Thai food, if you like Indian food, like it's just like it's a really rich multicultural place. So you can find really good quality restaurants.
And you can walk to almost anything when you're downtown.
Yeah, it's very small downtown. For a major city, it's unbelievable how small it is.
It reminded me a lot of a more cultural San Francisco.
Yes. I always, in fact, compare it to San Francisco. I think San Francisco is the closest city to, what's the big park in San Francisco?
Golden Gate.
Golden Gate.
Yeah, Golden Gate. We did some bike riding there years ago.
And I grew up in San Francisco. So when I saw Stanley Park, I was like, I'm home.
Right.
And I wanted to move out to Salt Spring Island. I loved it out there.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You got all these little islands and stuff. And I don't know if it's still there, but I used to go shopping all the time at that big, huge record store on Robson. Was it a Virgin?
There was a few. There was a Virgin there. There was also an A&B Sound for years, which was really popular. And there was a Sam the Record Man, which is the Canadian chain that was around for a long time. And those were just off Robson, but all three of those were around for the longest time. And then poof, you know, like
wow.
Just, you know, it's amazing how that's one of the really amazing things about even in just our lifetime that I've noticed is how many different formats of music have come and gone, and that how that affects the different types of businesses. You know, like for instance, you get this monstrous space to have your records in when records were a thing, even when cassettes and CDs were, and then as soon as the advent of digital, it's like there's just no need for that space. There's not enough people to buy it that way. So yeah, it's amazing how much things change.
And Virgin had these cool listening booths where you would go in and shut the little door and you would put the earphones on and listen.
Yeah.
And I used to do that. There were certain bands you couldn't get in the United States that were Canadian. You would have to go to Vancouver to buy.
Oh,
Trouble Charger.
Trouble Charger.
And
Matthew Good. We used to share a rehearsal room with Matthew Good.
Our Lady Peace, before they were popular, you could only get up there. Hot Heat. Grapes of Wrath. I mean, people just didn't know these bands. And we're only 2 hours down the road in Seattle, and people had no idea what I was talking about.
Wow.
And even British bands that didn't come over. I mean, you're going to laugh at this, but I actually went to Canada to buy Robbie Williams CDs because he never broke the United States.
Yeah, all I have is like a best of his, but I really like it. And I know that's probably not a cool thing to do, but
it's not cool at all. But you know what?
Anyone needs, like exactly.
Stephen Tintin Duffy wrote a lot of those songs with him. And he's a great songwriter.
Okay. Kiss Me With Your Mouth. I remember that tune. That one always.
I'm a total dork. I mean, as cool as I can be, I absolutely adore Robbie Williams, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Yeah. I'm sure there are certain DJs who are like, Fred's gone. But now, are you born and raised in Vancouver, or are you from like the outers?
I'm actually from Edmonton.
Okay, I know where that is.
Yeah, so it's the next province over from BC. And I was born in Halifax, which is on the other side of the country.
Right.
Whoa.
We had a DJ from Halifax.
Okay.
He was in a band called Neighborhood Watch.
Oh, a great name.
Rusty Von Hammerdown.
I don't know that name, but the name of the band is sort of vaguely familiar. But
he's either that or Nova Scotia, but it's the same place.
Yeah,
it?
Nova Scotia.
The Maritimes.
Yeah. That's
the
where. So yeah,
you know where you sing Titanics.
Oh my goodness.
Throwing those icebergs at the boat.
Yeah, that's right. So I was born there, and then I moved to Edmonton when I was 6, I want to say, and then lived there through all my school and my first sort of band stuff when I was a teenager, and I went to university there and had bands all through university, and there was a really great scene. And you actually mentioned a lot of bands that these will be really familiar to both of you, I'm sure. But during that time, there was this really vibrant alternative music scene, and it was really small, like 15 to 20 bands maybe at any given time, because Edmonton isn't a major city compared to Toronto or Montreal or Chicago or, and of course at that time alternative music was not the thing. Everyone had the long hair and it was,
Oh
that
yeah.
kind of thing. But we got really into the whole mod scene, and then we got really immediately embraced by this alternative scene. And it was so funny because there'd be like our mod band, one rockabilly band, one sort of synth pop band, 2 or 3 punk bands, and all different versions of hardcore and whatever. And they all, because there was so few of them, everybody was just one scene. So part of that scene was the guitarist and drummer from The Pursuit of Happiness before they were in The Pursuit of Happiness, right? So they were called Face Crime. Before that, they were called Troc 59. Before that, Mo had a band called The Modern Minds. And this was all part of that scene. And then there's a really well-known hardcore punk band whose singer just passed away, actually, called SNFU. And they were part of that scene too. Junior Gone Wild. I don't know if that one ever made it out to you, but they're like they're sort of like we're a progenitor of the alt country thing, even like before Wilco and all that. And anyhow, so and there was some really, really great music and some really great musicians. And then really quickly after, the scene was like just happening for like 5, 6, 7 years, and then poof, everyone started to move to Toronto or Vancouver or elsewhere, but mostly those places. And I guess what it was is they started to recognize that the music industry, if they were going to actually, try to carve out a career, was in one of those 2 places. It wasn't in Edmonton. So when I started to see that happening, I made the decision to move to Vancouver. And that's where I sort of got ingrained with, you mentioned the Grapes of Wrath, and I mentioned the Odds, and some fabulous music out of Vancouver for sure.
So that's like what the U.S. is like. I mean, U.S. if you're anywhere, you move to L.A., New York, or Nashville if you're going to be in music. That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here it's like Toronto or Vancouver or maybe Montreal, but for Montreal you'd have to be usually a French speaking band. So really,
I've always wanted to go to Edmonton, but that's just to go to the mall.
That's right.
I grew up right near that mall. In fact, when I was a kid, they were building it. It was this field, this monstrous field where people would run, kids would ride their like dirt bikes on.
Oh, wow.
And then one day, suddenly there was this massive construction going on. And, over the course of time, from whatever age, when I was really young to when it was finished, it became this, world famous monster of a mall.
Mall with an amusement park.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Is that the biggest one now, bigger than Mall of America?
I'm pretty sure it is bigger.
Wow.
I thought someone told me there was one somewhere overseas that might be bigger now, but don't quote me on it. I don't know, but it is pretty huge.
I know that that they did that. They kind of based the Edmonton Mall and Mall of America when they were doing Mall Rats. Just kind of that whole idea of a big giant mall thing.
Yeah.
So and then I just kind of went, oh my God, I wish they could have gone over to Canada. One, they would have saved money filming there.
Right.
That's true. For sure.
And Kevin Smith has a thing for Canadians because he loves Degrassi.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone loves Degrassi.
Yeah.
And there's that hotel across the way where you get theme rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not theme rooms like you would go like on like a strip of like El Camino in San Jose, it's like theme rooms for like kids, like going to Legoland, not like look at this magic
more wholesome.
hot tub.
Something wholesome.
More wholesome.
So you've given me some some ammunition / fuel. You know who else is from Edmonton is our very own, one of my favorites, Krista D. So I need to find out if she hangs out at that mall or knows anything about the Edmonton music scene nowadays, what it's like.
Oh, is that where she lives there now?
Yeah. She's from somewhere in a small town east, and she moved to Edmonton some years ago. She's a great artist too.
We had a DJ that moved to Edmonton, but now she's in Toronto because that's just what people do.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So picking up that thread, you kind of led me back to the Toronto thing. So Mo and Dave took their wares to Toronto and formed Pursuit of Happiness, and the SNFU guys moved to Vancouver, and some other guys moved to Toronto, and there was this, some really cool new wave bands, and the drummer now that was in one of these bands has been playing with the Jim Cuddy band, which is the guy from Blue Rodeo and and stuff like that. So a lot of great musicians and really, really good quality stuff. Even when I listen back to a lot of it now, this is like a long, what, 25, 30 years later, it's still, a lot of it stands up really well with given it, whatever genre it was.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of good people there, but then they all just filtered elsewhere. So I chose Vancouver, and it was a little closer to home. I'd spent more time there. I kind of wanted to get away from the snow too, like living in Edmonton year after year, you get, it gets down to -40.
Yeah, I live in Indiana. We get plenty of snow.
Yeah.
And I chose it on purpose for the snow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. For me, I just had enough. I'd finished university, and I just, our band had just broken up. It was kind of the perfect time to make a move. And I was a drummer actually.
Oh,
during all this.
Wow.
Time. I don't know if
Did
I
not
even
know
told
that.
you that, Mike.
What kind of drums? What kit?
What kind of kit did I use?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I used a Tama.
Okay.
Which was popular back in those days with, it was, well, I mean, they made all different sizes and shapes, but of course at that time it was the Neil Peart special size. You had to have like 8 toms and fortress.
I bought a drum kit.
Oh wow!
And I bought a Ludwig Beatles kit.
Nice.
Oh wow!
I never learned to play it, but I bought one. But I always wanted a Rogers because I like the sound of the Rogers. But
yeah,
it just seems like
like
most of my friends
Rogers
growing up
too.
were drummers, and I wanted to be one. And I
Do you
just
still
don't
have it?
that.
You still have the kit?
Me?
Yeah, but I don't have that kind of talent. I can't sing. I can't play an instrument, but I can play a microphone.
There you go.
And I can push buttons to make music play. I'm the world's biggest groupie.
Oh, well, there's something to be said for that.
No, I'm not really, but
No.
it makes it fun.
And actually, there's nothing to be said for that. I don't know. I'm just spouting shit. So
it's just kind of cool though, because I mean, this is our first Canadian we've had on, but
Right.
we are Canadian. We are a Canadian station. Woody Wood is Canadian. He is the founder of Woody Radio, and he is from Ontario. We never get bands from Ontario though. We always find people in Vancouver. We have a listener that listens to all of our shows and leaves us the most wonderful messages. And he's from Surrey.
David.
And I'm like, I know, yeah, David. And he's so sweet. And I'm like, I totally know where he is because I went and bought, shed material there.
In Surrey.
Duty free. And so, I mean, it's just kind of cool to like have it all fall back onto a Canadian. So you get to be our first part of our, I guess we have to do 6 Canadians a month or something like that.
I guess so.
Or so can.
He's our first actual homeboy.
Yeah, I'm honored. That's pretty cool. I had no idea that. I did know that you were Canadian, but I actually found that out the day Mike and I had our chat a few months ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You actually mentioned that to me, Mike, right at the top of the show.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. I didn't realize that it was a Canadian.
I tend to like to live near Canada. I'm only 3 hours from Canada now.
I think one time when I got to know Krista, she said, "Are you guys Canadian? Because what's up with the maple leaf on the header of your radio page, radio station page?" And I said, "That's a good eye. Yes, we are Canadian."
and I saw it and didn't even register.
Oh, because you see those all the time, right?
I don't know. I
don't want to deal with these silly Americans. Oh my God.
Right.
No. Actually, that's not true. I was a dual citizen my whole life until about 2 years ago. And I renounced during the Trump administration.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
We do have a dual citizen, DJ. I totally forgot. DJ Timmy is a dual citizen. He's from Vancouver. I totally forgot about that.
I didn't know that. Timmy's from Vancouver.
Yes, Timmy is from Vancouver. We just forget because Timmy just lives under a rock and we pull him out sometimes.
See, in Canada, if you say Timmy's, I don't know if you guys know what that
Tim
means.
Horton.
Oh, yeah. Timmy's is like, especially in Alberta. Oh my God, there's a Timmy's there's more Timmy's than Subways.
Yeah, we don't. I think there might be a Tim Horton
everywhere.
down in Indianapolis, but we don't really have them here.
They are so freaking popular up here, especially in the prairies.
But see, we have Dunkin's here, which sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I've had Dunkin'.
There's something to be said about the politeness of Canadians. Gravy on everything.
Gravy.
I love my gravy.
Heart pump with your meal.
My first time up in Canada, with my family, I'd been there a few times and I'd never ate. I'd go run in and grab something and go. I didn't know that it was rude to leave the check. And we're kind of thinking these people don't ever want us to leave because they're not leaving us our check. We sat there for 3 hours while they closed the restaurant.
Oh, that's funny.
We were at the Ray's or Roy's. It's in downtown Vancouver. It's a fish restaurant, really expensive.
You're waiting
Nice
for somebody to
bill.
make a move.
We didn't run out on it. But Russell Crowe was there filming a movie, and he was so dirty looking. It was so gross.
He was. Not the restaurant, he was.
Not the restaurant, just Russell Crowe itself. I didn't want to eat there because he was there, and I'm you know, it like ruined my appetite completely. We went up to go see a Canucks game.
Oh, neat.
Nice. Yeah, they're not so good right now, but you know, I didn't grow up here, and I don't have like, so you know, hockey is religion up here.
Yeah.
And so I grew up in Edmonton, of course, in, you know, during the Gretzky heydays. And I mean, that's my stage name, Vic Wayne.
Oh, right.
Okay, yeah. I get it.
See, this is your, you know, my moment when I noticed that you're a Canadian station by the little beaver or whatever. This is your moment, Vic Wayne. Oh yeah, Edmonton, I got it. That's
Maya's got some Gretzky Wii game that she used to play.
Sorry?
My daughter, she has a Wii game that was a Gretzky game. And it came with a little stick.
Nice.
She lives in Sharks territory now. I told her she can't, she's not allowed to watch hockey anymore.
Yeah, so yeah, hockey is so big here, and I grew up there, but I got into this really competitive hockey pool ages ago with all these music business people, like, you know, Joey Shithead from DOA is in the band, in the pool. The manager for this well-known Canadian band 5440 is in the pool. Guy that was the manager for No Means No, like all these sort of music business or musician people. And it's amazing. Musicians love their frickin' hockey up here.
Oh yeah.
So they know, like, you know, it's really hard to shark other guys in this pool, and we've been going for years. So so the reason I bring this up is because, you know, it's like I should be an Oiler fan, right? Growing up in Edmonton. When you're in a pool like that, you become a total mercenary for whoever's in your hockey pool.
Yes,
so for 10 years, I was like, Red Wings, Red Wings, Red Wings.
Oh, yeah.
And I started to trade them away. And now it's like Tampa Bay. And of course, I got lucky because they've been really good the last couple of years. So I've been, you know, making some bank on the back.
I'm sorry. I'm a Blackhawks fan. Woody Wood, the original. He is, I think he's, is he a Maple Leaf? I think he's a Maple Leaf.
Okay. It's just weird though when you say that there's hockey in places like Tampa Bay, Arizona, Nashville. I don't get that. I mean,
no, because they fly out to prisons in Russia and they pick up the players and they bring them wherever needs a player.
Unless it's Los Angeles, then you just buy Wayne Gretzky. You buy the best of whoever it is if you're in LA.
That's how they do. Yeah,
that's how they do.
That's funny.
We had a team in Seattle, but they were really, really bad.
Oh well, there is a team now. Like,
yeah, but there wasn't. There was a secondary team.
Yes, there was. You're right.
When I was there, and they never beat anybody up. There was never enough blood.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm not into sports. I'm into hockey. Hockey's not a sport. It's a blood fest.
I just saw a little meme or story online just yesterday about some kid who was 14 years old, and he asked his favorite hockey player for an autograph, and the guy just refused. So 4 years later, he's 18 years old. He's playing the NHL. First thing he did is he beat up that guy.
I believe it.
Yeah. Hey, long memories, right?
Maya, my daughter, she was a DJ here at Woody. She met Duncan Keefe, I think is that his name, the one from the Blackhawks. And he still had all his teeth because it was the beginning of the season. And so we're watching Stanley Cup. And of course, we had a microburst and the power goes out. So we missed the end of the game. But when he came back on, he was missing a bunch of teeth, of course. And she goes, he was so much cuter at the auto show.
Oh, right.
He was like took out his plate, and there's like, yeah, he just got traded from Chicago. Just I don't know, a week ago. Got traded
I haven't been paying
Edmonton.
attention.
To Edmonton, I think.
Probably. He's getting old.
Yeah, he's from BC actually originally too. So
is he?
Yeah, I think he's like 38. So
yeah,
he's a good player.
Yeah, we have a lot of hockey fans on our. We have a lot of DJs that definitely. There's a DJ Blasphemous.
He's Blasphemer, yeah.
Blasphemer, that's it. Oh,
he's in Vermont, so he's close. He's close to where the action is. He's in Vermont.
Yeah. We have a lot of Vermonters because they're technically Canadians. We just let them on this side.
Gotcha.
They have their own maple syrup and everything, so it counts. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't need to be part of America.
Yeah,
but they want to.
That
That's the
syrup thing always makes me laugh because people bring it up all the time, and it's like, are we the only country that actually has maple syrup? Everyone asks us about, it's like, oh, those Canadians and their maple syrup. Like, yeah, you don't have any? Like,
I personally can't stand it.
oh, really? Okay.
Oh, no.
I do like it.
It's
Maybe
very
that's my
woody tasting.
prototypical
Oh, woody.
Canadian
I
background.
should
or
enjoy
something.
eating things that are made of wood, but beaver teeth. But no, I don't like maple syrup at all. The Canadian things I like are poutine, gravy.
What do you eat on your pancakes or your waffles?
Corn syrup. Like,
Oh, well, that's okay. That's still
Mrs.
syrup.
Butterworth.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's still syrup.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, so you don't like the real maple syrup, you like the maple flavored syrup.
No, I don't even want it maple flavored. It tastes like wood.
Oh,
It's
because it
kinda
comes from a
freaks me
tree.
out that there's going to be bugs in it.
You don't want tree juice.
I don't want tree juice. Tree
Okay.
pea. It's tree pea. It's the whole reason I don't eat fish.
Okay. Wow.
But they don't grow in trees.
I don't things that I associate with pea. I don't eat.
Wow.
Well, yeah, that makes some good sense.
I
That's
don't
a
eat
smart plan.
eggs because those are chicken butt things. I'm allergic anyway. So
What
it
do
doesn't
you
matter.
eat? What kind of food do you eat then?
I live on Mexican food pretty much.
Oh,
90%
you
of
and
the
Mike,
time.
you're peas in a Mexican pot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me and
I-
Mike, we're the Mexican.
Yeah,
food
I love
eaters.
Mexican food too, but I remember Mike saying that when we chatted before.
Yeah. I can't wait till Gidget comes out here so we can have some Mexican food.
Yep.
He's
very
coming back
soon.
for that.
Yeah, I heard a story when I was living in Seattle about a Vancouver guy who beamed himself to death. And it wasn't an urban legend. It was in the, because we got the Vancouver paper at work.
I don't want to hear that story.
It was really
I don't
bad.
want to hear that story.
I
Okay.
can't
I
imagine.
know where it's going, and I don't.
So
not
we're gonna
going
take
anywhere
a quick
good.
break.
Not
We're gonna
going
take a quick
anywhere.
break and restart this so we can restart the timer. So hold on, guys, and we'll start part 2 in 2 seconds.